Josephine Donna Smith was born in Nauvoo, Illinois on March 10, 1841 during the California frontier. Due to her uncle being the founder of the Mormon Church, she had close enough relations to where she was forced into its customs and traditions. 1851, at the age of 10, she arrived in Los Angeles with her mother and her mother's second husband in order to escape the polygamy of the Mormon Church. Also, during this time, many people, including Josephine's family, were drawn to California's gold rush, which was booming heavily. 1854, Josephine published her first poems in Los Angeles Times. In 1861, she suffered through a brief and tragic marriage to Robert Carsley at the young age of 17. During this time of a tough marriage, she had also lost her child. So, to have a new start and to cope with the death of her child, she moved to San Francisco in 1862. When she came to San Francisco, she changed her name to Ina and used her mother's maiden name, Coolbrith. Since Coolbrith came to San Francisco as a known poet and started writing for the Golden Era in the Californian, she soon had friendships with Charles Warren, Mark Twain, and many other poets. She worked as a journalist on Overland Monthly and then was a librarian of the Mechanics Institute Library, Bohemian Club Library, and the Oakland Public Library until 1906, when the fire and earthquakes of San Francisco caused Coolbrith to lose all her possessions. Best-known writers in California were generous enough to build her a new home on Russian Hill, which is where she lived until she passed away in 1915. Throughout her career, Coolbrith received many honors, including being the first person asked to write a commencement ode for the University of Southern California, the first woman member of San Francisco's Bohemian Club, and was presented with the title California's Love Laurel Wreath Poet by President of the University of California. After her death, she was forgotten, and her grave was left unmarked until 1986, when due to Ina Coolbrith's Circle's help, the headstone was donated in her honor, and she is known as a significant literary figure.
Fair on your hills, my city, fair as the queen of old, supreme in her seven-hilled splendor. You, from your gate of gold, facing the orient sunburst, swath'd in the sunset gleams, throned in an ultimate glory, city of myths and of dreams. To San Francisco is a poem written about Ina Coolbrith's big move to San Francisco after her tragic marriage and death of her infant child. In each four-line stanza, Coolbrith uses the rhyme scheme A, B, C, B. This occurs when the last words in the second and fourth line rhyme. In the poem, Coolbrith also mentions the seven-hilled splendor, which references to the seven hills of San Francisco. These hills include the Telegraph Hill, Nob Hill, Russian Hill, Love, poised for ready flight, ready as morning light, bright in as brief as stay, hope with alluring wing, fair as the flowers of spring, fleeting as they, joy with elusive gleam, flighting o'er life's still stream, swift as the tides that run, flower that a day endures, false flight the foot that lures, gain that no flight secures, lost soon as found. Thou only, calm as mean, waitest with brow serene, soft pinions furled in rest, fair as thy lilies are, shining a fixed star, blessing the blessed, me in thy still arms low, presence most beautiful, captive my soul release, on thy breast undefiled, safe from life's tempest wild, fold me, a weary child, angel of peace. Peace is also a poem that Ina Coolbrith wrote. In the first stanza, Coolbrith uses flowers, a ruddy morning light, and spring to describe how great love is. Although love is ultimately great, it can also be as short and fleeting as those objects. Secondly, in stanza 2, Coolbrith also explains how joy is swift to come and go. Once you find joy in your life, it is possible that it is soon lost, either from something bad happening or false hope. Lastly, in the third stanza, Coolbrith explains how people are only calm in appearance and waiting for the time that peace will truly come into their lives. Towards the end of the poem, Coolbrith asks for peace to come in her in order to live a happier life. Throughout this poem, Coolbrith uses the rhyme scheme A, B, C, B, where the first and second line in the stanza match, then the second and the fifth line in the stanza rhyme, and the third and last line in the entire stanza match. The great world has not known me, nor I the world have known. The great world will not own me, although I am her own. I walk with her a stranger, who am of her a child, a vagrant and a ranger, a voice forlorn and wild. Clear unto other vision, blind ever unto me. My soul is a prison, whereof none holds the key. My mother world, I wonder, when no more of life apart, a clod of fruit blossom under, will you take me to your heart? Alien was another poem written by Ina Coolbrith, which was made to help her express how she felt alone in San Francisco. Coolbrith had been moving her entire life, first from Illinois, then to Los Angeles, and finally to San Francisco. Constantly moving makes it hard for a person to create relationships with other people, so she never truly had the time to create new friendships with others. Moving to San Francisco was hard for Coolbrith at first because she felt like an outcast. This is shown in the poem when she wonders if they will take her in, because she continuously wondered if this new area would accept her and her work. In the second stanza, Coolbrith uses the word her to represent the great world. Coolbrith uses the rhyme scheme A-B, which occurs when the last words in the second and fourth line rhyme, and the last words in the first and third line also rhyme. In Alien, Coolbrith also says, "My soul is a prison," to represent the depression she is going through, since she is dealing with the drama from her divorce and the loss of her newborn child.